Please welcome to the stage, Spidere.
So I'm standing in the doorway, and I'm watching the seated Andorian alien. But really, I'm catching William T. Riker as he swings his leg over the alien's lap and starts to grind into it. And as he does so, he reaches behind himself and starts to undo his uniform, doing a striptease along with the lap dance. Across the room, I see 7 of 9, the sexy Borg from Star Trek Voyager. And she is wearing only a skin-tight silver bodysuit. And I think, I could develop a thing for cyborgs. But I'm also getting my timey-wimey stuff all out of order. This is not the beginning of the story. The beginning of the story is when I am at a reunion of my college gaming and sci-fi friends. And there are a bunch of us here. We've rented out a giant house and a bunch of hotel rooms, and some of us are sitting down to play a game of Settlers of Catan. Now, Settlers of Catan, like many other games, has this problem where there are a bunch of different kinds of cards, and the box is too big, and as you move it around, the cards will slide around and get all disorganized, and it's really kind of a pain. You have that problem. I don't have that problem anymore, because it turns out a really good solution for this is bondage tape. Because it sticks to itself, not the cards. You can cut it to whatever length you need, and it's really good at keeping things restrained. So as I'm taking out my copy of Settlers, I start to unwrap the bondage tape that is around the cards, and I'm not really thinking about this, and most people in my group don't notice, but my friend Lana looks at it and gives me this look. Is that? Yes, it is. We should talk later. So later, we're in my room, and we're talking, and maybe I'll just skip ahead a bit. We don't talk for the whole time, because there's that point after we're talking about kink and what we like, where it becomes clear that this is not going to just be talking. And we lean in, and we start to kiss. And I am making out with this friend of mine who I've known and had a secret crush on for years. And as we move over to the bed and she takes off my shirt and I feel her bare hands on my chest, I am feeling, this is not just nice, this is hot. This is much hotter than I expected. And I realize she's feeling that way too. And we're both getting more and more turned on by the fact that the other one's getting more turned on, and we don't really expect this. And we get in this hotness feedback loop where we're just getting hotter and hotter. And we start saying things to each other to turn each other on even more, till we get to the point where we are role-playing fantasies. And when I say role-playing fantasies, I do mean we are literally describing the sex our LARP characters would have. And even though I'm up here on stage right now, it's actually kind of hard for me to talk about sex, and especially about the fantasies that turn me on. But with her, it feels easy, and it feels safe, and it feels sexy, and as I feel her nails on my back pulling me close, I am overcome. And later, as we're lying in bed, she turns to me and she says, "You know, there's a party I think you might like." And this party, you guys, this party is essentially what would happen if a bunch of geeks said, "Let's throw a sex party." This party has a theme. That theme is space, the final frontier. And people are costuming like whoa for this. There's William T. Riker and Data from Star Trek. There's Ripley and an alien from Aliens. We've got Mass Effect male and female Commander Shepard. We've got Star Wars, we've got Babylon 5. We have even, at this sex party, got 3 characters from Futurama. We run the gamut of geeky sci-fi here. And the place is decked out. Normally a 3-bedroom apartment, main space, kitchen, smaller rooms off to the side. There are planets on every wall labeled Hoth or Gallifrey or Vulcan. And the refreshments include the Hitchhiker's Guide Pan-Galactic Gargle Blasters, tiny Doctor Who Daleks and TARDISes. Daleks are delicious. But the real thing that makes this party amazing is not just the decor or the refreshments or the amazing costumes. This party has missions. These are tasks you can complete to earn actual badges that you can put on your costume with levels and tracks and everything. That's right. We have gamified the sex party. These are my people. These missions include everything from the spice must flow, lick salt off of someone's neck, or frozen in carbonite, let someone tie you to a bed completely immobilized, or curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Bring someone to the brink of orgasm and then abandon them. I am so excited to be at this party. At one point, I see my friend Ariane, and she is leading around Simon Tam from Firefly, wearing this sort of loose rope cuff. And I see this, and I say, I could tie him up more securely for you if you'd like. And that sounds like a good idea to her. That sounds like a good idea to him. But before this happens, he says, well, if there's going to be tying involved, I should really go get my girlfriend, because she'd be really into that. And so he goes, and when he returns, with him is Kaylee Fry, the engineer from Firefly. With the jumpsuit and the tool belt, and she's even got a luscious red strawberry. She is perfect, and she is very interested in being tied up. So we have a quick chat. We move over to one of the bedrooms. I do this black rope chest and arm binding with red rope coming down and then laced all down the back, and she loves it, and I am so happy. And I lean her back on the bed, and I tie her legs, and I kneel over her, and I've leaned down so that I'm entirely on top of her, and I start to kiss. And as I do, I move my hand, and I start to unzip the jumpsuit underneath the ropes, and I cup her breast in my hand, and she arcs her back. And I zip it down further, and I'm inside her, and it is a dream come true. It gets better. Because on the bed next to us, Simon Tam is being co-dommed by Cylon 6 and a member of the Borg. And yes, they had a plan. And yes, resistance was futile. But for all that, for all the amazing that was, that is not the highest nerdgasm of this party. To tell you what is, I have to tell you that I have come to this party dressed as Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Jedi Knight, and I've done this because I've realized and decided that I could construct, assemble, and solder together a working, light-up, LED, blue 10-inch lightsaber dildo. Would you like to see it? Wow. Wow. See me after the show. So, at some point during this party, At some point during this party, I end up owing a favor to a woman dressed as the TARDIS, like you do. And she asks for her favor to have a male Psychor agent from Babylon 5 perform fellatio on this while it's between my legs. And I agree. And so shortly thereafter, I'm in the main space again. I'm sitting down. The Psychor agent drops to his knees and starts deep-throating this. And oh, the force was strong with this one. So this gathers a little bit of a crowd. And I'm really happy about this because I made this thing and people like it. But then. This woman walks up to me wearing a silver spandex bodysuit and with cybernetics on her face. It's 7 of 9. And she looks at the dildo, and she looks at me, and she says, I want that inside of me, right now. I mean, a Jedi's duty is to serve. So we go back to one of the bedrooms, and we're getting ready. We get our safer sex supplies ready, and we strip off her bodysuit, and we're laying her back on the bed, completely naked. And as we do, Leodama from Battlestar Galactica walks in. And it turns out that the host has also been learning to make their own sex supplies. And so my lightsaber dildo is not the only extremely geeky sex toy at this party. There is also a latex-tipped, vibrating Star Trek phaser. And so, with 7 of 9, lying back on the bed, legs spread, head thrown back, while I'm fucking her as Obi-Wan with this lightsaber dildo, Leodama is bringing her off with the vibrating phaser, and she comes, and she comes, and she comes. And while that might not be canon in any kind of fanfic, having it actually happen in real life, that is some real fan service.